Good morning, and welcome to Naturally Kim's Knitting. I'm Kim, and I want to welcome everybody, whether this is your first time or you become a regular viewer. I love you guys. And you know what? I haven't said this the last couple of weeks, but you are the reason that I do this. So, I just want to welcome everybody. This is May 16th, and this is episode 66. Wow! Now, this will be coming out a day earlier than usual because tomorrow at this time, yeah. Well, I either may be finished with my surgery or starting my surgery at this time, or I will be preparing for it. My doctor told me today that you might get a phone call moving your surgery up a couple hours. I said no problems with that. Sooner the better for me because I always figure the mornings, I'm always, you know how you kind of wake up and you're in a daze and you just do things by routine. Well, of course, before surgeries, you can't eat or drink. And so, okay, no tea, no breakfast, you know. So I might as well get it done with rather than wait and wait and wait. So anyways, that's neither here nor there. So that's why this is coming out a day early. If you catch me smiling a lot more than usual, it's because next Tuesday, I think it is, my daughter, her hubby, and my grandchildren are going to be here. I probably won't be doing a lot with them, but my daughter has an itinerary of they want to do this on this day, this, you know. And I said, that's okay. You guys do your stuff. I'll stay home and rest and relax, and hopefully I can enjoy my grandchildren and children in the evenings then. So there's that. Well, let's see. What else? Oh, I should tell you what this podcast is about. This is just about my knitting, spinning of yarn, dyeing of yarn, and all those little yarny things that I do from outside of Lima, Ohio. That's where I am. And if you do hear traffic noise, I apologize. It's so beautiful. I slept with the windows open last night, and there's no way I'm going to close them unless it rains or gets cold. I'm going to enjoy this fresh air while I can. Because when it gets too warm, I have to shut the window and put an air conditioner in. I do have allergies too, so usually we end up putting the air conditioner in just so I can breathe. Sorry, this is iced tea. It's actually decaf almond. Yeah. And decaf Earl Grey put together. And oh, I love it. And the mug, I should tell you this. My daughter used to live in Virginia, and she worked at the Air and Space Museum, and a group of the people there, well, okay, the whole town celebrates Blackbeard Pirate Day, or weekend, festival, there we go. And should be going on in a couple weeks. And we went one year, and there was some place that served root beer out of these mugs. And I told you know, you could get one and then you could get free refills if you wanted throughout the day. And I told my husband, oh, I'm going to get one of those mugs. And he goes, you'll never use it again. I'm sorry, my dear, you were so wrong. Because this comes out whenever I want iced tea because it holds quite a bit. And the iced tea can last me hours anyways. It stays cold, and I love that. So this is my iced tea cup, or mug, I guess I should say. And it's from the Blackbeard Pirate Festival from 2012. And I know there's a reason behind why they celebrate it. I just don't remember it right now. I may have to ask my daughter. Because she would know. Sorry, I want to put it down on a coaster, though, because that mug does sweat, and I don't want to ruin my furniture. So, well, let's get started with what's on my needles. So, what is on my needles? Well, you know, I don't have my milkweed anymore because it was finished. I don't have the buttons on yet. I have those ordered from Knit Picks. I had a little knitting needle incident happen. And I thought, well, I have to order from Knit Picks anyway, so I'm going to get these. They have these beautiful ceramic buttons. I thought, okay, I had a little incident with one of my needles. These are the needles that I use to start socks with. And one of them just broke plain off. And since I don't have any way to get to the store, I ordered from Knit Picks. I thought, oh, I like these buttons. And I found buttons for my granddaughter's sweater. And trying to think what else. Something else, but I don't remember what. No yarn in this one, no. And it won't be here till the weekend, probably. So anyways, let me start off by showing you my annual temperature afghan. I gotta keep track of the temperatures while I'm in the hospital too, because I'm not going to be able to work on it while I'm in there. It takes up a little bit too much room, and it would take too much yarn. So let's see. Let me find the last 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I was right here on this green one last week. And since then, I've done this, and gone to the next row, and green, and that color, and that color. So yay! It doesn't seem like it's very wide, but that's okay because I'm going to put a border around it when I'm finished with all the leftover yarns that I have from temperatures that either didn't happen or didn't happen enough. So, but that's my personal one. And then for my oh, I should tell you, the pattern is from Frankie Brown Zigzag, 10-stitch zigzag. It's a free pattern. And the yarn is Knit Picks Wool of the Andes sports yarn. And if you're interested in doing anything temperature related, it wouldn't have to be even before a year. Weathergan can make you up a graft of whatever time period you want and the temperatures for your area, your country, whatever. So it's really kind of cool. So, and then of course, I have my daughters that I'm doing. I gotta take the needles out. These you start new memory square each time you're knitting it. So anyways, this is my daughter's annual temperature afghan from the year she was born. And I think, I can't remember if I'm through the middle of February or the end of February now. But this is gorgeous. And this is a little bit wider, but I wanted it to be. So, ta-da! So that's my daughter's. And that's made from the memory blanket pattern of Ravelry. It's free. Size 4 needles. And this uses Knit Picks Swish DK. I always say every time, this is so soft. And I just love this. It's pretty colored, pretty blanket. For a pretty girl. She's my daughter. You know. I just think she's beautiful. And my granddaughter, and my grandson is so handsome. My son-in-law just got cuteness all around. Oh, by the way, before I forget, happy Mother's Day, a little bit late to anybody who might celebrate that day. I had such a blessing. If you saw on Instagram, I came home for my stress test on Friday, pulled up into our driveway, and there was a box out in our stoop, and I'm sitting there going, I looked at my husband and said, I didn't order anything. And lo and behold, it was a beautiful, I put a picture on Facebook and on Instagram. It was a beautiful pot, beautiful, with little lilies of the valleys getting ready to pop up. And I'm thinking, where in the world? This has to be a Mother's Day present, but for which child? And lo and behold, it was for my son. And my son doesn't send me things usually on Mother's Day, but he has a wonderful, blessed girlfriend, and I thanks Rachel so much. So, yes, I told him he has good taste, and he goes, well, Rachel did it all. I said, well, she has good taste. I said, but we knew that. And I was going to have these done, this sock done this week. I'm on the ribbing. This is my Janie sock. Ta-da! This is my Janie sock. And I'm on the ribbing. And I remember starting the ribbing the other day thinking, oh, I could whip these off in the next night. And then I didn't pick them up. But, this is my Jane sock out of my Jane yarn. And it is more blue than purple. And I apologize, Janie. I really was going to make you purple, but it turned out more blue. So anyways, that is my Janie sock out of my Janie yarn. Size 1 needles. It's not a pattern that's available yet. I will put it in my Ravelry patterns when I finish the socks. Okie dokie. I have also, well, you know I've been spinning. And so I decided I would go ahead and take this yarn, and I'm going to make scarves for Soup Kitchen, for our church's clothing drive that they do 4 times a year, or for something. And out of the first colorway, this was a variegated pink that I mixed with my Shetland white, and which I got from Woolbody. The Shetland white I did. And this is knitting up so very beautifully. You can't really see the pattern too much. I suppose if I move it up there, you can see it a little better, even though I blew my color there. That's okay. So yeah, I'm that far on it. Still have a ways to go, but that's okay. What I like about scarves is you don't have to be set aside hours and hours and hours, unless that's the only thing you're doing. I can just pick it up whenever and be just fine. Sorry, I'm so thirsty. I went to my doctor, and whenever I go to my doctor, I always come away with cotton mouth. It's like, you know, I get warm, well, my feet are cold, but I'm clammy, and I get thirsty. So anyway. Okay, then I do not have a chemo cap actually started yet. I'm going to be getting one started probably later today. But I did, well, let me not show the finished one yet. I'm not onto that stuff yet. So I will be having one. I just haven't got it done yet. What did I do with that bag? Oh, just a moment. Silly me. I put one of my projects over on the chair. The kitty cat sock. I did get a little bit done with it. The one that okay, I'm going to do a search today. I don't know what the sock is called right now, but I will do a search and I will let you know. But I've gotten the toe done. I've not gotten real far after that, but I've got the toe done. We'll be working on more of it. I just don't know when, particularly. This is just a fun one, and then I'll see about making my granddaughter one. I will look up the pattern. I will let you know what it is. Maybe I'll be able to type it in down here, because I really don't have the name to it. I mean, I printed it up, and you know how sometimes they have the name down at the bottom? No! No name! No name! No name I don't have the first page. So I'll look it up, and I will try to type it in front of here. Okay, that's my kitty cat socks. Oh, I forgot. I'm looking at my show notes thinking, what is that? So this is going to be my hospital knitting. A long time ago, I was trying to replicate one of my yarns, and because of my neck, my hand shook, and I ended up with a lot more black than what was supposed to be in it. Anyways, this is just going to be a plain knit sock. That's why I figured I'd take it to the hospital, out of that Mistake yarn. So, lost something blue down. This is going to be my hospital knitting, like I said. But, because I'm thinking I can probably handle it. It's little. It doesn't weigh hardly anything, so lifting it is not an issue. So, and I'm thinking I can rest it right there on the little tray they give you. And I shall be just fine. I hope. I hope. That's it for what, that's Napier's yarn. It just doesn't have a name because it was a Mistake yarn. Size 1 needles. That's it for what is on my needles. Now, what have I finished? Well, I finished a chemo cap. This is out of the same yarn that I used last week. Knit Picks Felicity yarn in the pinata colorway. Now I'm making different size hats because this was the last week's. It's a little bit smaller. The one I'm going to start today could be a little bit bigger, and whereby this one started with that light blue, this one started with the purple, and we ended with the purple. I don't expect that to happen next time, but it does stretch. It's nice and soft. It'll be nice and comfy. I'm making them out of fingering weight yarn, so I'm kind of trying to figure out sizes as I do them. But that's okay, because there's kids with all sizes of heads that need chemo caps or preemie caps. So, let's see. That's it. That's all I finished this week. So sad. But I do have lots of things that make me happy. Excuse me. And one of them is yesterday I went up to the mailbox and I see this little white, sorry, I got such a frog. Anyways, I went out to the mailbox and there was a white envelope there. And white envelopes that just feel a little bit soft and squishy, I know where they come from. They come from Gail's Art. And inside of them, there is a sock blank. And she's doing her summer sock blank club surrounding vacation spots. And so the first one was New York, or big city. I think it was New York, but I'm not sure. This one is Yellowstone. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I love my sock blanks. My big problem is I hate starting anything on them because that means I'm going to ruin the picture. So I haven't done a sock blank for, I don't know how many I've got behind me. 1, 2, 3, 4. For 4 months. I will though. I will. Probably my next pair of socks that I do, I'll use the sock blank. Could have done it for the plain socks that I'm knitting, but oh well. Okay, second thing that makes me happy is my heart tests. Yay! My stress test and my echocardiogram is allowing my surgeon to do the surgery tomorrow. Yay! I am thrilled. I know it sounds weird to be, it's not that I'm looking forward to having surgery done on me, but I'm so waiting for the pain and everything I have and the stiffness because I have that one vertebrae that needs to be fused, I guess. I'm having a discectomy. That's what he said. So anyway, and then the final thing that I have on my thingies that makes me happy is I'm going to announce the next craft along. And guys, I decided it's your choice. It can be a beat along or a craft along from a pattern book. Your choice. And I'm telling you now, because if you need to get supplies for either one, you have until the beginning of June to do that. So I'm just letting you know. It's your choice. You can do beads, or you could do a pattern from a book. Yay! And this one will actually start June 1st. So even if you get your supplies, don't start it until June 1st. And then I think I'll let it run 2 months because I want to make sure you have plenty of time to get things done. So I'm looking forward to this. This will be fun. Yay! Okay. Well, since I announced the next craft along, I might as well talk about the ones we're in right now. We're doing a crafting for baby and children right now. And it runs from April 1st through May 31st. Okay? You can do any project that you want to, knit, crochet, sew, weave, dye, I don't care, as long as you're doing it for a child or a baby. And of course your project couldn't have been started before April 1st. And you can poly dip into as many other craft alongs as you want to, as long as it fits their rules and my rules. No problem. Let's see, prizes. Well, the first prize is going to be any one skein of yarn from my Napier's Knits hand-dyed yarn. And if you want to see what they look like on the Ravelry thread or the Ravelry page, just go down a few threads and you'll see something that tells you the different yarns that I have available right now. Or you can go to my Etsy store, Napier's Knits, and you can see what yarns are available. So anyways, so that will be for entries 1 through 10. 10 through 20 will get this beautiful, beautiful double pointed needles. I'm going to call it a tender. It's a butterfly on the outside, and on the inside it's beautiful, beautiful pink. And I don't know if you can see the little butterflies. Isn't that gorgeous? That was made for us by Betsy Q. Thank you, Betsy. If by any chance we happen to go 20 to 30 entries, we'll have this beautiful floral print double point needle keeper. And inside it has a beautiful orange fabric, orange floral fabric. So we got both of those. I don't think we'll go any higher, but if we do, the fourth place would be any pattern on Ravelry for up to $7.50. Okay, then we have our annual temperature craft along. Just like I'm making those annual temperature afghans, if I were eligible, I could enter them in here. Now that runs from January 1st of this year to January 5th of 2018. And I just noticed a mistake I need to make, or need to correct. There we go, because otherwise I'll lose out, I'll forget it later. Okay, it could be any project, you knit, crochet, weave, whatever. As long as it reflects the temperature changes from day to day for a year, okay? It could not be started before January 1st of this year. And once again, you could poly dip. I don't care. As long as it follows everybody's rules, I don't care. And first prize will be one skein of my yarn, of course. And then after that, it will depend what has been donated, if anything's donated. And if we don't have anybody donate anything, second prize will be a Ravelry pattern. So, for both of these craft alongs, you need to post pictures of the item in the appropriate thread, and also please credit the pattern name on there so that we can see what you based your pattern off of. Sorry. Let's see. Oh, most important, I even put it in bold print on my rules just so I don't forget it. You must be a member of the Naturally Kim's Knitting podcast group on Ravelry in order to participate. If you're not, if you just enter it and you're not a member, I'm sorry, I cannot give you a prize. But all it takes to be a member is to push the little join button. That's all. And then you're eligible for knit-alongs, giveaways, whatever. Okay, let's see. I think that's it for that. Now let's go up to things that, what I've been reading, watching, and listening to. My daughter did a new blog this week. And I know I saw it. I know I did, but I don't remember what it was about. Oh, that's sad, isn't it? Let me look real fast. I'm going to pause you and come. Okay. So I brought up her blog because I wanted to remind myself. And then I had to read it because, I just love reading about my grandkids. I'm weird, aren't I? Okay, so they ended up their school year by having a fair. And then they were going to end their week by going to the local fair. And which to me, it always blows my mind that their local fair is so early in the year, because I was brought up where, August is fair month. But in California, I guess it makes sense because August is very, very warm out there. So anyways, but Genevieve, my granddaughter, didn't want to go to the fair. She really didn't. She couldn't wait for her dentist appointment, but she didn't want to go to the fair. She was telling me she tells me all about her dentist appointment. She just loves them. Anyway, so my daughter was telling me about, or putting in her blog, some of the games and things that they played, and songs they sang, and books they read. And then she had a couple pictures there that are really cool. So that's what my daughter's Beyond the Schoolyard blog was about this week. And yes, it always makes me happy, very happy. So the next thing, what makes me happy was one of the things I read. Of course, I watched Critical Role. I always put that in there, and there's always a link in case anybody wants to watch it, but, you know. And then I only had one. It's just so funny. Last week I had all these book reviews. This week I got one. And it's the fourth and final book in a series. And it's called How to Push Through. But even though it was the fourth book, I really felt like it could stand on its own. And I thought it was very good. It's not a lighthearted book. Not by any means. It's about a therapist who has to face a previous patient and let them know that she was misdiagnosed. And along with all that is all the heartbreak and all the, everything that goes with it. But it was a very good book. So I do recommend it. You just have to be prepared for that, because it's not a happy, joy type of book. So, I mean, I have started to read a couple other books. I just haven't finished them yet. Sorry. I had a book back there. I didn't know what it was. So, anyways, I will be reviewing... I can't say that. If I get on here later today, I'll review a couple books for next week. That's if I can do a podcast next week. I'm hoping not to miss a week. If I can't do it on Wednesday next week, I will just push it back a day or so and see what day I feel like I have enough strength that I can hold my head up. But otherwise, hey. Let me tell you where, I feel like I'm forgetting something today. I hope I'm not. Because I like to share everything with you guys that I can. As you can tell, I love talking. Well, where can you find me at on the internet? Let me tell you. You can find me as Naturally Kim's Knitting on Ravelry, YouTube, Blogger, Facebook, and WordPress. Excuse me. Ravelry, you can also find me as Napier's Knits. That's my individual one. And I'm Napier's Knits on Etsy. Then Instagram, just to be different, I'm Knittin_Kim. And I love it when I see people that are following me, that I recognize their names from the podcast. I haven't put a whole bunch on lately, but I'm hoping to put a little bit more on. When I'm in the hospital, who knows? Maybe I'll get bored and take pictures of what I'm knitting on. Anyways, I want to wish you guys a great week, and I hope you have very few, if any, mistakes that you make in your crafting, and if you do make them, I hope they're easily fixable. Okay, well, I love you all. Big hugs to all of you, and I will see you in about a weekish. Okay? Bye-bye.